Ladies and gentlemen, as a first session, the afternoon session, we are going to have a lecture on Religion and World Peace by Professor Nakiran. After that, you will have Shanti initiation and clearance practices. Okay, thank you.
Be blessed by the divine. May the whole world enjoy peace, prosperity, wisdom and happiness. Esteemed professors on the stage and my dear brothers and sisters, by evoking the Sukma presence of Swamiji, let me discuss the views on religion and world peace by Swamiji. By thinking about this process and analyzing it, may we all enjoy, by the grace of divine and the Guru, good health, long life, enough wealth, peace, prosperity, wisdom and happiness. Be blessed by the divine. The topic is religion and then world peace. Now, we all, whether you like it or not, we belong to one religion or the other religion. We have this. And the world peace is in question now. So certainly here you will agree with me that I am not a contributor for anything, any trouble in the world, right? Now all here is peaceful, right? Here. We are not contributing anything for the world suffering. So what I can do with the world peace? You may question it. This is one thing. The other side, religion. In around 1984-85, this all-year campus was being formed. The monkeys were more in number here. And they were troubling whenever they keep some brick wall and all construct. They jump over it and then they collapse it. So the organizers went to Swamiji and asked Swamiji, if you permit us, we will catch all the monkeys and put it in a cage and drive them away, take them away and then leave them in the forest. Then Swamiji asked, why you are going to drive away the monkeys? What the monkeys do here? Sir, Swamiji, they trouble us, they said. Then immediately Swamiji said, whether they are coming and troubling us or we have come to trouble them. This is the question Swamiji asked. We are from Tiruvanmiyur at Chennai. World Community headquarters is Tiruvanmiyur. From there we came to make an ashramam at Aliyar. Aliyar was before that, it's a forest. This land is a forest. And we have come here to make the campus. Now you tell whether we come to disturb the monkeys or monkeys have come to disturb us. Who come to disturb the monkeys? Yeah, even today now. Okay? We are all here. So Swamiji said, don't trouble them. If at all, if they do some trouble, you say, Valka Valamudan, they will go away. This matter I heard in 2004. Swamiji said in 84. After 20 years I heard it. But I wanted to test it. That time my wife was here for Brahmagana. My son was a small baby and we had some biscuit packets in a bag. While going, one of the monkeys snatched it with a bag. That one vision student passing through that said, you say Valka Valamudan, the monkey will leave. Then I uttered Valka Valamudan, the monkey left it. Then I thought, okay, here in this campus, everybody is under the tune of Vedatri Maharishi. Because I gave my dress for washing, I asked that, Dobi, where are you? How can I identify you if at all you have not returned to... He says, you ask who is Maharishi Dobi, people will show my place. That was he. And then I thought, morning I heard that, evening monkey says, when I say Valka Valamudan, it leaves, means the monkey also feels he is Vedatri monkey. Yes. The monkey is also so proud that Swamiji is here. So in that concept, if you think that if we are all vacating the earth all of a sudden and we move to the moon, the world will be how? It will be so peaceful. It will be in its tranquil condition with the rivers flowing, the rain forming, yes, the animals living happily, the forest growing with all its bushiness, and the world, earth will be beautiful, looking beautiful like a heaven. Now we are going to see that world condition. Now the present condition. The world would have been a heaven now. It has become a hell because of whom? Our presence. So we are all the contributor for the disturbance in the world, whether we agree it or not, one way or other. So unless we think about the world peace, we cannot get the world peaceful. So that is why Swamiji, when he aimed the world peace, is the aim of World Community Service Center. How to achieve world peace he planned. When he planned this course with 3 objectives. I said the other day, there are 3 main objectives. One is understanding the law of nature. The second one is expansion of the mind. The third one is awareness in thought, word and deed. Now this subject is only based on that, how we are going to apply that. Today I am standing before you, you are here. Where are you from? You are from Bangalore, say Karnataka. I am from Tamil Nadu. So now we have this parity between you and me. Right. We now take a helicopter, we go to Delhi there. Now they are only, all are North Indians. They ask, where are you from? We say we are from South India. From there some 50 people. Our center is there in Delhi. From there some of our aspirants we take, North Indian aspirants. With them we go to America. Americans ask, where are you from? We are from India. Then from America we take a rocket, we move to a particular planet. We heard that there human beings exist. So we heard that we could reach there. There is a trip arranged. So we all go there. The other planet people are asking, where are you from? What we would say, we are from Earth. See the mind, how it expands. When the altitude differs, the attitude differs. Right? So the attitude and the altitude that matters. Whereas the mind, Swamiji says, the mind can just find out what is lying on the floor. On the floor a small pin. It can shrink down to that pin. And I ask you the mind to go up and look at, it will go and expand up to the universe. Such a vast expansion of mind we have, but we are always shrinking it with a boundary. Within the boundary we suffer. Within the country we say we are all from different states. Within the world we say we are from different countries. Even in the different countries with a different religion and with a different caste, different creed that we all make. These are all only man-made one or the God-made one? The man-made one. We are not aware of this fact. We don't have that awareness in thought, word and deed. Because Swamiji was asked in America. When he was in America, he was addressing to the American scientists about the God. When he asked the question, can you show any mightier object than the space, which I will agree as God? They have no answer. Then he said, you agree that God is nothing but the space. No answer. So now they wanted to counter Swamiji. So the next day in the conference, they brought a professor from a leading university there, who is a history professor. Then before Swamiji started lecturing, they asked a question. Swamiji, he has a doubt. Then that person introduced that he is a professor of history and in such and such university. Then asked Swamiji, do you know anything about history? That's a question he asked to Swamiji. Swamiji humbly answered, I have studied only up to 3rd form. What more I could have read about history? There was no chance for me to know anything about history as you have done, because you have done PhD in history, but I have not done. But I know something about history. For any country, the country's functioning is decided by only 3 heads. One is the religious head, and the other one is the political head. The third one is the economic head, the industrialist, who is dealing with the economy of country, the politicians who is ruling the country, and the religious heads who are mesmerizing and spoiling the people's mind, who are ruling the mind of the people. Only these 3 heads are ruling the country. Among them, whenever there is a clash comes that develops into war, that story, his story is written as history. All these 3 people know his story is written as history. What more is there in the history? If anything is other than that is there, if you tell me, I am ready to listen to you. Then the history professor also kept quiet. Now, it's not, I am not just joking it. You just see that if you take the world history, it is full of war. Between whom? Between all these three heads only. Now we will see Professor Sangeeta has made the slides where she has accounted the war about religion. How many wars are still going on about religion in the slides, which we will now go through it. So, if you ask yesterday, as Dr. Perumal told that our grandfather was one father and one mother, who is the grandfather, one man and one woman. And if you go back for their grandfather and great-grandfather, there may be monkeys and then some animals. But there is no Hindu monkey or Muslim monkey now. There is no Hindu buffalo or Muslim buffalo. There is no Hindu cow or Muslim cow. And Muslims are not taking the milk from the Muslims' cows, and Hindus are not taking from the milk from the Hindu cows. So among the animal kingdom, there is no religion. If the children, when they are born, a newborn baby, you ask what religion it belongs to. No. By testing the blood, you cannot identify, the science cannot identify, this child belongs to this religion. Yes? So, now who made this religion? One of these religious said, they know that our mind can be shrink to some boundary, that they can make it as a religious boundary or caste boundary or a state boundary. One side politicians, state, this, that. They have divided. You see, the nature has provided everyone is unique. Even among the twins who are born, they are not unique. They are not the same. They are unique in each, some aspect. Their fingerprints will not be same. So the nature's incarnation is such that you will be different from others. You are distinct. But you are distinct in one way or other for some qualities which you have to do best for the society. For that only you are distinct. Not to clash with the society. But if you say the religion, what is the other name of religion? If you can say in Kannada, what do you call religion? Dharma. Okay. Is there any word called madam? Mada. Mada is the word which is meant for religion. But the mada is also a word you have listened. The mind can undergo 6 temperaments. What are the 6 temperaments? Kama, Krodha, Loka, Mada, Macharya. Where comes the mada? The 5th temperament. The 5th temperament, that means inferiority and superiority complex. The inferiority-superiority complex is mada. That is only religion. Why religion was formed is, people find that according to the land where they are born, the lifestyle, the food habit, the wealth they acquire, they differ in their living style. Because of that, they analyzed people, and one people found they are superior than the other. So there is no equality in dealing. When this was realized by the religious heads, the so-called religious heads, not now, the revelators who formed the religion, they found that the Almighty is one, and whose incarnation is all this living being, but there is no parity between these people, but they are not realizing it. So they made them to first realize God, and then they asked them to follow the virtuous path. Then that kind of living, the style, has become that religion. After that, religious head. Jesus Christ formed a certain principle that becomes Christianity. Muhammad Prophet formed this, that becomes Islam. But long back, if you go age world in India, here the religions were based on God only first. First they identified God as one, which is Shivam. As I told yesterday, it becomes Saivam. When they are able to realize only up to that, this Akash spinning, and when it is the airfield, it is a sound. So Shankh Sakra, it becomes Vaishnava. And when they could realize only up to sun, it becomes Sauram. When they could realize only up to the 5 elements, it becomes Kanabhatyam. When they could feel that energy, it becomes Shaktam. When they could feel that 6 senses, 5 senses plus the 6th sense, it becomes Gaumaram. It is about Shanmukam, Lord Shanmuga. They defined and then formed. But Adi Shankara realized it's all different. It's not so. The God is one, and we are all one with the God. There is no difference between you and the God. You are that. Tattvamasi, they said. But what is that? They did not explain. That part only Swamiji has taken care. That is only space. Because when you delete everything, you become space. So that is space. They never say that. You are that. What is that? They didn't explain. So all this confusion. But Swamiji now taken care of it. That is you. The space is yourself. So when he said Dvaidam means two, Advaidam means there is no two, only one. This is what Adi Shankara told. But when the people were analyzing it, Madhva came and he felt it, no, you are different from God only. Both cannot be the same. So it is Dvaidam, his principle. You have to do bhakti, you have to pray God, worship God. On many births, if you keep on worshipping, depending upon the worship level, how much you attained purity, you can merge with God. Otherwise it is not possible, he said. So accordingly, if you take some are getting this sky at the age of 40, your child is getting at the age of 15 means, yes, you have worshipped and your child is getting the benefit. That is what Madhva principle, he said. So they are not the same. That is Dvaidam. Then came Ramanuja and he gave that another concept on God. It is called Vishishtatveda. That Vishishtatveda says that yes, the tree if you take, the root is different from the trunk, and the trunk is different from the branch is different from the leaf, and the leaf is different from the fruit. But they all are in one tree only. So no doubt we are all different in looking and different form, but we are all the same product of the God only. So same God only in different form, he said, so that we and the God are one only. That is what he gave explanation, that is Visishtatvaitam. Then long back this all decided. Then in the 14th century another person came who is called Meikhandar. He gave Sivatvaidam. He said there is no difference between you and God. When God existed, you also existed. Because you are in that God only. From there only the dust particle came, then the Akash came, then yes. As our professor asked, 41 years you are, means 42 years back you are in your father and mother's the sexual vital fluid. When you go back like that, when the God formed himself, the space formed, that day you are there. So there is no difference. But what is the difference between you and the God means? He said Pati means God, Pasu means the living being, and Pasam means the attachments the living being has acquired while living. That he said Anava, Kanma, Maya. Anava means the ego, Kanma means the sin, and Maya means the illusion. With that, with all these imprints, we look different color. Just like the sea water, when it becomes a cloud, it is very pure. When it pours as a rain, it is pure. But when it pours as a rain, it is pure. But when it flows in the red soil, it becomes red color. Black soil, it becomes black color. These are the attachments that it has. But in merged with the sea, you cannot see this a black water or red water. It is only one water. So this is what Sivatvaida said. Pati, Pasu, Pasam. They are anadi. That means they are originless. There is no end. So there is no origin. So they are the one only. But because of these attachments, they look different. But when they leave these attachments, they can merge with the God. This is Sivatvaidam, they said. So this way, the religions were formed in India. So Adi Shankara, when he was there were about 400 religions. People were fighting. 400, more than 400 gods. He merged it to 6. So it is called Sanatana Dharma, as you say now. Sanatana Dharma, 6 religions he formed. But his principle was Advaita. But these all religions were man-made for the purpose for guiding the people to live in a moral code of conduct only. But what happened later? After the religious head expired or passed away or went on samadhi, the followers have become the religious head. They have become the political head or the economic head only, because the religious leaders might become a power center. Their more wealth is there. So afterwards, whatever the religious head followers came, they become the wealth manager only, not the real religious head. Because the religious heads they realized and then they explained. The followers should have learnt it and then realized it, but they have not done so. So they become power brokers only. So for want of power, they were following that places, that rituals, but that they have not really realized what is God, what is the relationship between the man and God. But if you look back, we all look different only. We stay in different, we have a different lifestyle. But we are all breathing what air? Karnataka people are breathing a separate air, and then Tamil Nadu people breathe separate air? No. We breathe one air. What I breathe out, you breathe in. What you breathe out, I breathe in. There is no difference. We all drink only one water. The world has only one water. That comes as a cloud and pours as a rain, and it is in Kaveri, it is in Ganga, it is in so many places. It is in Nile, but one water only. The cloud is one. And we all get the light from one sun only. No, Americans get from the different sun, Indians get from the several, no. But none of these natural products any superpower countries have made. Can you say America made this or Indian made this? No. It is the same Almighty has made it, or same nature has provided it. So it means the earth is one, the air is one, the water is one, means everybody has the right to live in the world. Then why this caste, creed, religion, power and all those things and war? So these are all meaningless. But people know that we are not having awareness in thought, word and deed. Our mind can shrink to any level. So utilizing this, the political heads, the economic heads, and then the religious heads spoiled the mankind, the living style. Now the time has come. We all started thinking. So when we are thinking, we have to question whether it is right or not. So immediately you should not renounce your religion. If you renounce your religion and go, what will happen? What happened to you? Why did you go to Aliyar? They will ask. You be in that religion only. You can take whatever the best in other religion to yourself, you take it. And adapt in your lifestyle, that's all. Automatically the peace will spread. That is why when Swamiji was in 1985, he was in South Korea. He was giving training for these people there in South Korea. They become frustrated about their religion because there was so much of fight and other things. They told Swamiji, you have to form one religion, we want to become your follower. Unless you form a religion and go, we will not leave you. Whereas people from India were asking Swamiji, when are you going to come? When are you going to come? Now Swamiji has to form a religion. So Swamiji said, okay, we will form a religion. That religion will be a religion called world religion. He said it's a world religion. What are its principle? It will take the surrender. Total surrender is the best thing of Hindu religion. Where only surrender to God. That is the surrendering power, the principle of Hindu. And if you take the Jainism, they have research. They say only the life force is real. They don't believe in God and all. They don't trouble the life force. If you trouble another living being, that suffers. Same if somebody troubles, we suffer. So we should not harm anybody. So that research attitude of Jainism, the love of Buddhism. If you take Islam, they do 5 times prayer, whatever the position they are. So that prayer, that attitude of the Islam, the service of the Christianity, all these 5 if you combine together, that will become a world religion's principle. So that is my religion. Because in no religion, you cannot say in this religion nobody is having the poverty, nobody is suffering. In this religion, womanhoods are not allowed to suffer. All the religions, womanhood are suffering. All the religion poverties are there. So if all the religions crimes are there, people are fighting. So if all those things are nullified, and if the best are followed from these religion, that will become world religion. Then who is the citizen of world religion? Who is the member of world religion? Swamiji, who formed it, who is the first member of world religion. And we are all the followers of world religion, which has the best principle of the world religion. So today, after coming here, you have become Brahmajnani, then you have become automatically what? Member of the world religion, which will never hurt other religions, which will respect all religion, and it will observe only the best of the religion. So there is no need to change. As I said that our color, our shape will not change, but non-phenomenal attitude will change and then go. Then you will be able to explore the peace in the world. Because Pakistani loved Indian, and then they want to live together, but Indian is not given visa to enter Pakistan. So that is a condition. But if they go to London, they are from South Asia, they get married and they live. Right? The expansion of the mind is such that it can go up to universe. So now the religion, caste, creed, country and all meaningless, because when the knowledge is going to come up and people are going to think, you cannot control them with all these limitations. So you have to throw out the limitations. You should enjoy the life. So we need pleasure, we need peace, we need ecstasy, but we don't need pain. So the aim of the religion is to make the people to live harmonious with the nature, harmonious with the fellow being. But now we are not understanding the law of nature. The law of nature provides everything for everybody. But we are now swindling the property of others, the freedom of others, and we want to live. Because of that, the war develops. So that is why religion and world peace, the topic is given together for us. So you take, why the world peace is affected? It is because of the war, many war. And the war mainly due to religions. And now what happened? The politicians have understood that unless we create a war, we cannot have a power. So now what they are doing? They are creating one war or other war. Then only they can sell the equipments, the war equipments. Now you can see the slide one by one and then understand the religion is meaningless, it is man-made, it is not nature-made. When we understand the law of nature, we are not born with any religious symbol. So, and the religions were formed, that was not meaningless, you cannot say. It guided people to live happily. But later on, what has happened? People have become power brokers. So, by the name of religion, they started fighting. So, now that we have to relieve it, and we have to create an awareness in the people. We have to make the people's mind expand beyond the religion and think about the mankind. Because a person in America is suffering with some disease. He hears in India, in a part of India, the southern part of India, a medicine is given and it is getting cured. Means he travels from America to India and he takes his medicine. After going there, he has a doubt about the medicine. So he rings up and asks, is there Mr. Shankar, is there? I am from America calling. What do you want? Shankar is my family doctor, he says. What he says? Shankar is his family doctor. He has adopted it. And then you have some problem with your office and you have gone to the court. You have gone to the court and then the lawyer is arguing for your case. He is Abdul Qadir. You say, Abdul Qadir is my family lawyer, you say. When the wisdom flare up, there is no caste, there is no creed. When you are ready to serve the mankind, you become their property. The society, the man nature is that we will accept the people who are ready to serve, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, and then the country. That is the nature of ourselves. Because why we are calling human? Human means humble animal. You write that humble animal. Among the animal, this animal is the animal which can be humble. So H-U-M, hum, animal A-N, if you add, you become human. But are we humble now? Our humbleness is spoiled by the religion. So we have to think about it and analyze it. But without disturbing our religious sentiments, we have to follow a religion that is called world religion. That's why Swamiji said, when we formed this, he wrote, he gave, for us, he gave Brahmanyani, Arulnidhi, Nakiran, Professor Sky, all this. For him, he gave one degree. But nobody else can give it. Nobody is dare enough to give it. He gave that World Welfare Servant Vedatri, he wrote. What is it? World Welfare Servant Vedatri. No university can give that degree. He has gone down to that level because mankind has to live in peace. We are very humble. Our nature is humbleness, love and compassion, because very God has come into our shape. So the religion is by the name Mata. Mata means it is inferiority, superiority complex, that we should nullify it and we should treat equal to everybody. That is, equality is other way called as Samayam. Samayam is also other name of religions. So Samayam is another name of religion. That kind of the religious principle that we should adopt. Then coming back to the world peace, the peace is disturbed because of the wars, many wars. And if you know the bad effect of the war, then you will be able to realize in what way we can contribute to the world peace. So now we'll just go through the slides quickly and then I'll come back to you then. Now you can see that it's a heaven. The mankind is there. Then the next one is this, just like Adam Eval, modern trend of Madam Sankita Madam has collected it. Now coming into the world. But having come to the world, now it has become what? The hell. Here the fighting. Then Bhagavan, we have that Bhagavan came here. Whenever adharma is more, he has come here to establish dharma. Then, this is what Swamiji says, that he was thinking God is something like in a stone, and so he offered food, he closed the door of the god and kept it. When he realized that God is nothing but Almighty, whatever he did was a child play, he says in this poem. So now you can see a survey of so many religions. One world, one earth, one human being only we are, but we all in one or other religion. You can see the survey of it. Later these slides you can, if you want for teaching us, when you become master, you can take it from Sankita ma'am. So, because she has done a very good a survey on this. I'll just quickly go there because we have about 62 slides are there with us. The religious war. She has collected the information. Jihad war, the 7th century. Crusade, it is 1095. Northern Crusade. The Muslims, Christians conflicts in Palestine. See, now Swamiji says that this I have already asked, which religion has not got the poverty and suffering? So don't blame any religion, because we should not blame this is good and that is bad. There are so many wars now undergoing regarding religion. In Afghan there is Osama bin Laden, you know how he is creating the war. Bosnia there is Serbians, Christians and Muslims fighting. Cyprus, Christians and Muslims. Iraq, there is the people Kurdu and Islam, they are fighting. In Kashmir, Hindus and Muslims. In Sri Lanka, you know, the Hindus and Sri Lankans, that is, and Tibet, you can see the Buddhist and Communist. Thailand, again Buddhist and Muslims. And Nigeria, Christians and Muslims. Like that, many wars are going on. You cannot say that. So if they all realize what is religion, if they attend Brahmajnana, what will happen? Now we will understand who are the creators of the war. So that is another thing that now we have to do. A very big service is there. So the divine is everywhere and we have to only adore the God. Now, I said what are the 5 best things that we have to acquire from religion. That's what Swamiji says. And you should have only the ecstasy, peace and pleasure. You should not have the suffering. That is what you can see throughout the mankind, the history, if you analyze, there is one thing which is constant, that is nothing but war. So now we have to declare war as the crime, wherever it is and whatever may be the cause for it. See how people are being killed in the name of war. Now we have, for killing people, we have invented and we have prepared auto bomb. We have auto bomb which can spoil, like our world, more than 200 Earths is there that can be spoiled within no second by exploding the auto bomb. That many auto bombs we have in storage, but we have only one world to live. But we have a bomb for killing or spoiling 200 world. That is our capacity now. So we have stored that under the earth and under the sea and on the sky as our satellites. We have stored all the bomb there. And this is about the Indo-Pak War, Siachen Glacier. So this is to know, realize what has happened. And you know the Bombay Taj Hotel and the Iraq War, Saddam Hussein, the history, the truth about 9/11, the Black Day of America. And there is address. I'll just quickly overcome it. Play பண்ணுங்க.
Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center.
That's incredible.
In an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
Oh, the next building is another one. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended.
If I could tell the world just one thing, it would be we're all okay.
The entire building has just collapsed. It folded down on itself, and it is not there anymore.
The whole side has
The
collapsed?
whole building has collapsed.
Not to worry, 'cause worry is wasteful and useless.
They have shut down all aircraft takeoffs.
There's obviously massive casualties.
Won't be made useless.
And another apparent explosion at the Pentagon in Washington.
Be idle with despair.
We saw what we thought was debris and we realized it was people jumping.
Give myself around.
In Sri Lanka, we know last year what has happened. Okay, I'll just pass it on, no problem. Then the war, and then you see that war memorial. This is about this Japan, when there is a nuclear explosion, the auto bomb, when they dropped the little boy and big boy. See, the Japanese characters carved on the front of the coffin say that let all the souls here rest in peace, for we shall not repeat the evil. These words are a pledge never again to repeat the evil of war that visitors make as they pray for the repose of the souls of the auto bomb victims. It is that monument in Japan for those souls which lost their life, due to the nuclear bombing. See, a person is crying for peace. And June 9, 2008, our Prime Minister warned the country that now terrorists may acquire nuclear bombs. When they acquire, they have no rulings, they have no control that they can bomb anybody. Now you know, Pakistan says that India is not our enemy. There is one enemy for both the countries, that is terrorism, he says. Pakistan says that. Now we are all led to that condition. See, whenever somebody is suffering, immediately we go and help. But in war, many people are being killed. Are we the dead bodies just to keep quiet and then walk? This is what Swamiji questions in this poem. See the after effect of the war. See, the world has spent 1,339 billion American dollars for war and war equipments. This is in the 2007 survey. Every year 15 to 20% we are increasing our allotment for war. See, war equipments. So this is the account of it. Now what happened? Who is benefiting out of war? Because in Amershield auditorium, Swamiji addressed in 1975 at UN Assembly. After addressing in UN Assembly, they attempted to kill Swamiji. But C.V. Narasimhan was the ambassador for India, for the UN, and he somehow saved Swamiji with the help of American ambassador, and he was brought up to the flight, and then he was boarded on the flight, and then the flight took off. Because why? Swamiji addressed that the people who are benefiting out of war are the countries which make weapons, no other persons. Suppose the weapon cost is $1, the selling cost of that weapon is $600. In that $300 will go as the tax for that country which is selling this. $50 will go as the bribe for the country which is purchasing. The politician who is ordering will get $50. $49 is the profit for the company which is making this. So $1 equipment is sold for $600, and see the maximum beneficiaries are countries which make war weapons. That is why America once said, you are supplying F-16 to Pakistan, which cause worries in ourselves. India said. Then Pakistan said, don't worry, I will give you F-18 if you want. F-16 to Pakistan means they will supply F-18. You see the trend of the countries which make it. So Swamiji said the veto power should be thrown out from UN. Then only we can have a peace, world peace. This was the bold address Swamiji delivered. So if that man goes out means what will happen? The people will realize and question us, then we will lose power, so they try to attempt it. But luckily, because our supernatural power, Almighty, made that ambassador to walk, escort Swamiji up to that, and he told the security officials at America, said that he is a very known person, very important person from India, so I have been asked to escort him up to the flight. So he escorted him up to the flight and he was boarded on the flight, and that way he came back. Swamiji said that I decided not to go hereafter because I know these people, what I spoke is against them only. That's what Swamiji said. Some time back then a foreigner questioned that, Swamiji, why you are keeping quite so long? He said, I was waiting till you people to come and question me. Now you will take care of me. That is what. Now you are here. That is why now we are boldly putting what Swamiji has said. In 2002, from UN as a representative came and received Swamiji's declaration, all-year declaration on world peace, where he says that the UN assembly should be given more power and the veto power should be thrown off, because the veto power countries spoil all the judgments. Because for a world peace we need one world government. Which can have the world government? Only UN assembly can become a world governance body. But people will never allow it. But we should pray for it. That is why Swamiji says that one world governance we need. And the economic head will be creating problems. So we need one exchange. It should be either rupee, it can be yen, it can be anything, dollar, whatever you want, anything. But you have for world power only one coin, 1 rupee only. There is no change in that. And one world government we need. Suppose any country wants to respect the world government order and the function within their locality, you can allow them. But if they violate the common code of conduct, immediately you have to seize their country and then you have to train the people to live as per the law and order, and then you can leave them to have an individual ruling. Till then it should be under the control of UN. And we should declare war as the crime first of all. Because in the war, one fellow says you go for war, unknown persons, the soldiers are being killed. Now we will see what is the condition of the soldiers. Swamiji says in a beautiful poem. See, there are poverty in the world, but what we are doing, we are spending so much for the war only, to equipping our war equipments. See, 1,46,600 crores have been spent by Indian army for equipping itself. So this is the condition. If you divert this amount for our country's welfare, India will be the supermost power in the world, right? See how much we are spending. People are, because of war, the poverty, you see, people are suffering. They don't have anything to eat. Now you can see a goat. Generally this goat is being brought up by whom? The person who brings, feeds the goat, so the goat is so happy. On the day when he wants to kill this goat in the name of God, what he will do? He will take to the temple. For taking to the temple, the goat will not come if that knows that it is going to be killed. So as usual, he used to give some greeneries to eat. Some green leaves he will give. The goat will think, he is going to give me more leaves, so it will follow him. On taking this goat to the temple, he will kill it. Same way only, we give canteen facilities for our army persons. See, an advertisement. Soldiers are being attracted. How? You will have free train ticket, canteen facilities, and training, everything. And you are serving for the nation. You have a symbol, everything you have. And finally, when the war comes, you become like a goat only. You are taken there and you are killed. The family suffers. So, such a way only our soldiers' conditions are there. So we have to think. Soldiers are going. So Now, what Swamiji says that he is now doing his meditation. The world leader, he should have the governance for the whole mankind, not for just his country or his caste or his religion. Such a person should emerge, because we cannot immediately change those who are political leaders. But the children who are now coming up, they can form a world government, right? That is why Swamiji says that the children should be brought out by scholars. And you can give birth to a child, but the child should be handed over after some years to the world governance, and only scholars will bring up the child. And they will just come up with the love and affection. You think of that day. There won't be any caste, creed, religion and all. They will be helping each other. They will be enjoying whatever the nature has given the comfort. See, generally our children enjoy whatever the comfort we give. They enjoy only without any botherations. You might have bought a car out of loan. You might have acquired something out of loan, but they do not know about the loan and all. When it is giving you pleasure, I will enjoy. That is a child attitude. So that way we have to have a world governance. That is what Swamiji says and prays for it. And we are not here to eat and wander here and there and then die. So we are here to think and live happily. And that is why Swamiji, in 1957, he wrote a book called World Peace. Ulaga Samadhanam in Tamil. He wrote poems in Tamil, for which he gave English translation himself. So that World Peace book is there. It's a wonderful book, where he says that I have found a World Community Service Center with the aim of world peace, and to achieve the world peace, it will take 150 years, he says in one poem. He says 150 years. It is in Tamil, this poem, but next time when you come, the English translation also will be there. So we assure you that. But 150 years means you would wonder. So Swamiji was asked, because we were just now completed our 50 years of the World Community Service Center. That time when we asked Swamiji, you said 150 years, so another 100 years it will take for world peace. And then Swamiji said, no, don't worry. I wrote that time because those days the condition was such that. Now I would say the world peace will achieve within a short period. But you should not mistake me if I say that. Why? This is what Swamiji said and passed. Then our professors asked us, Swamiji, you say we will not mistake you. I said world peace will take 150 years because 50 years people will analyze the plan which I have given. Then after 50 years they will accept, yes, it's a right plan. Then within 100 years they will change this world governance. Then that day will be a peaceful day and our future generations will be enjoying in a peaceful world. This was the poem's meaning. But Swamiji was asked to comment on the same poem, what he wrote in 2005. And Swamiji said, yes, I am sure the world peace will come within another 30 years. It is not because that I predicted 150 years, it is because of terrorism, Swamiji said. Don't mistake me, it is because of terrorism, Swamiji said. And after Swamiji's utterance, within 1 month, the Pakistani president said that India is not our enemy for both countries. Terrorism is the enemy. Now people started thinking. Recently, our American president, Barack Obama came and what did he say? Gandhiji is not the leader for India. He is the leader for the whole world, he says. He only practiced ahimsa. He is the standing symbol for ahimsa and satyagraha. Now he says the world is now owning Gandhiji means that attitude has come to the world leader means very quickly you will be able to see the world peace. Then what is our role here? Our role is what? What way we can contribute for world peace is that we are all the meditators. We all have learned Duriya meditation. What is the benefit of Duriya meditation? Whenever you say the benefits of Duriya meditation, our thoughts can reflect in others' mind. We can make our thoughts to reflect in others' mind. So for others' mind, our thoughts should reflect. What thought should reflect? The world peace should come. One world governance should come. For one world government, the religious head will not allow. So Swamiji says that we should have formed one world religion. One world government, one world religion. One world government to suppress all the politicians' drama. One world government for the politicians. one religion for the religious heads, because the religious heads are always creating problem. So you ask the religious heads, call them together, and ask them to find out and clarify whether the God is one or more. This is the question he wanted the religious heads to answer. This is the question in 2002 Swamiji asked. Some of the religious heads were here, and in that conference Swamiji asked. One Swamiji Sachidananda, who built a Lotus Temple in Virginia in America, he was here, Swami Sachidananda, our Swamiji's friend. He said, yes, there is no two God, God is one only. If there happen to be two gods, means by this time they would have come for voting. That is his answer. Yes, I am the superior God, you vote for me, they would have come to us. But so far no God has come to vote, right? It means God is one, he said. So if they accept, then ask them, if they say God is one, which one is God, which we can accept as God? You ask them to decide, and that we will all worship that God. This is the word Swamiji has given. So one world governance and one religion we should have, and there will be one organization which will take care of the people who are suffering, their children, or that welfare association or welfare organization that we should create, that should take care of the people all over the world. That is what Swamiji says for the world governance. So that we will be expecting in another 30 years, because now we are all thinking how to link our economy, how to make it balance it world over and all. So this is what I said in 1975, 1975 Swamiji addressed it in Amarfield Auditorium at UN Assembly. That all your declaration is there, that is there in our book also. Amarfield Library Auditorium, the picture has been given where Swamiji is addressing. You can see that Swamiji's address here. See, now he says about the UN Assembly condition is such that now it is so worst, and he compares it with a beautiful example that what is the condition of the UN? UN can make any resolutions, but that will be accepted only the 5 countries which have the veto power to pass it. France, US, China, Japan, and then Russia. These 5 countries have to accept it. If any one of the countries is not accepting, that resolution will be cancelled. This is the condition. But the UN Assembly is formed for world peace. When it was formed? In 1942, in the background of the World War II, the American president, the then Russian president, and the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, Franklin Roosevelt, they all met together in a ship in the ocean, Pacific Ocean. They met, and in the midnight they decided we will form this. So it was decided in the midnight in a ship on the ocean, so it is still fumbling. Right? It is not stable. Now Swamiji says strengthen it. Make it a stable governance, governing body for the whole world, he says. And the veto power should be thrown out, because the veto power is such that you are having a bungalow, say in Karnataka, in a farmland you have constructed your house, which is remote from the city. For the safety, you want to have a dog, right? What kind of dog you will buy? Doberman. See, Doberman we will accept is a very powerful dog. So you have purchased a powerful dog to protect your house. Having brought the dog, you are now afraid of the dog because it may bite our own children. Thinking that, you take the dog to the veterinary doctor and remove its poisonous teeth. And remove its poisonous teeth, and allow it to wander. What is the effect of the dog? What is the purpose of the dog now? It is meaningless now. Whatever you have spent, whatever you are taking care, that is the condition of UN Assembly because of veto power, Swamiji says. He has compared it like that. That is why the veto power should go away. Now for the equal status, a permanent status for India is now only people are arguing. And each one country, the veto power country is now accepting. Recently, American president said that yes, there is no blockage for India is to have a permanent seat in the UN Assembly. Now War Council, Now this is what, now we have to plead for it. But every country should have a right in the UN Assembly. Not only these 5 countries. This is what Swamiji said in 1975. Otherwise, the UN condition is like that, so bad. So we have to pray for it. It should become more powerful. So this is what I already said for world governance. What are the things that we have to do it? So in that case, what will happen? See, for the world governance, Swamiji has given his... இதுக்கு முன்னாடியில் இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா? The points on the one by one I will explain. There are about 12 points. Swamiji says that first, the veto power of the UN should be thrown out. That is the first point that Swamiji says. The second point, for everybody, every citizen in the whole world, we should give the equal living status and freedom. They have to move around the world anywhere and then enjoy. There should be no visa and passport system, because the world is one for all. And we have to give the birthright for everybody and to live. And we should take care of the food, shelter, education, and then the job opportunity, and then right to marry, because now they want to marry somebody, they have no right to marry because of caste and creed and religion. We disturb the people. That they should live, when they get aged properly, they have to live together. For that opportunity also we have to create, and we have to give chance for people to do research. Then only they can help mankind. And then he says that equality between the men and womanhood, that we have to treat them on equal status. They should not deprive the right to women. Then he says that every country should respect the code of conduct of the UN Assembly. That we have to create a law for that. If somebody wants to say that we want to function separately, but we will respect and then follow that principles, we have to allow that country to do so. But in case they violate, then they have to control them, seize them, control them and train them. And people should be allowed to live anywhere in the world. There should not be citizenship only India or America, that the green card and all, we have to remove it. That's what he says. Suppose the people are not following the proper government, we have to train them. That is another one that Swamiji says. You have to declare war as a crime, and you should make an organization to serve for the people, and you should take the care of the boundary. The UN Assembly should take care of borders of all the nations. And these are the 12 principles that Swamiji has given. If this all has come to effect, means for the door there won't be any lock required. There won't be any jail in the world, because there is no thieves. There is no lock, there is no thieves, there is no religion, there is no caste, there is no creed, and there is no king. And if you want to eat, today you will be eating here a pumpkin, tomorrow you will be eating a vegetable from America, then the third day we will be eating some fruits from the France. So we can enjoy all those things wherever it grows, because that one world governance is there. And people will be enjoying like anything. There is no limitation, but they will be doing research, their findings for more comfort. People will be contributing, so that world governance will be heaven. So that day is not far off, and we have to aim for that day, and for that is that we can visualize that day in our meditation, because our thought can reflect in others' mind. In when Pandit Nehru was addressing in UN Assembly, that will be broadcast through the radio. That was an announcement when Swamiji was in Thiruvanmiyur. That evening, by 5 o'clock, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru would be addressing the UN Assembly. In the morning, Swamiji did a meditation. In the meditation, he sent the waves to Nehru's thought that he should utter these words. So that was the thought wave he sent. Then after the meditation, Swamiji wrote that words in a paper and said, today evening Nehru will utter these words. I have sent these waves, he said. But that evening, All India Radio was broadcasting it. People could hear the same line what Swamiji wrote it. So that is why he said, after the prayer, every meditation, we have to sing the world peace song, and that our liking, whatever we wish, that will reflect there, and slowly the world peace will come. But for that, what we should do is, if we can only spread the thought waves to the prapancha or the universe, means we have to train all the peoples as Brahmayanis. That is the only way to achieve world peace. What we can do for that? Here 120 people are undergoing this Brahmayana training. You have to vow that the next year, each one of us will bring 10 Brahmayanis. So how many will come next year? 1,200. Next year, after next year, 1,200. The second year, 1,200 will be, each of 1,200 will bring 10 Brahmayanis. Then it will be 12,000. Then the following year, the 12,000, each one of the 12,000 will bring another 10. It is 12 lakh. Then the next following year, each one of the 12 lakh brings 10 persons. Say about 12 crores or 120 crores people bring each one of 120 crores bring 10 persons to Aliyar. What will happen? No population, because 600 crores only are there. Millions, right? So within 10 years, we can see this whole world is in peace. So that attempt that we should make, we can realize it very easily. That is the aim of this topic. That whether all are going to bring it or not, at least first we will see in our house everybody becomes Brahmayani. Then only people will follow. Simply if we preach, nobody will follow. So many people have preached so many techniques about world. But Swamiji says that it is only practical. We follow. It is called steadfastness. That is the Gandhiji's principle. Why Gandhiji Mahatma means? He adapted the principle of steadfastness. What do you mean by steadfastness? Suppose I say that you all arrange the chairs properly. If I say that, you may sometimes hesitate. We have come here, we have paid, the chair should be ready for us. You can argue. But I say, okay, now you can disperse, but let me arrange the chair and come. I go and then arrange, means what you would say? No, I will support you, sir. Automatically you will do. First I will do, naturally you will follow me and do. That is called steadfastness. Where he practiced this, it was the one Gandhiji practiced it, Tolstoy camp in Pune. During the freedom struggle, he was in Pune Kokle camp. Tagore was the head for it. He was not given ticket to enter that camp. He was staying with his friend in the hut. But there was no toilet. Everybody, early morning, they will go in the open air and pass motion and come back. By about 10 o'clock, when the wind started flowing, the smell will be coming towards their huts where they were all there. That the tents will be having all the fragrance of what they ate yesterday and day before yesterday. So what is nobody was there to stop it or control it. But Gandhiji was there in the camp. He could not tolerate it. He took a spade, he took a bucket and went there. He first made one pit. When he made a pit, people were wondering what he was doing. After making a pit, he collected the stools of the people who passed it with the mud, and he was collecting and putting it into the pit. When he collected all those things, then covered with the mud, extra mud which we first dig the pit, with that he covered. Within 1 hour, the smell stopped. That the camp enjoyed a good breeze. Then Tagore asked, what has happened? He said, people said that Gandhiji has done this, Mohandas has done it. The next day there were 4 volunteers with Mohandas to dig the pit before passing motion. In the evening itself a pit will be dug. The next day whenever they pass motion, they have to collect it with the spade and put it in the basket and throw it in that and go back. So that resolution was passed. There Gandhiji was given a ticket afterwards. By that service he was recognized. From there Swami Gandhiji says that It is my steadfastness that made so many followers for me. So now, we want followers means first we should follow the principles. Swamiji has done it. That is why Swamiji has got so many followers. Now we will strictly follow this principle. We will, in our meditation, we will sing the world peace song and see that the world become peaceful for our future generation. But for that, for the immediate effect will be there. Peace will be around you. Peace will prevail with you. This is the immediate benefit that we will have. That is why we are here. That is why we are here. Now people are with so many thoughts, different thoughts, all over the world they are struggling. We are thinking about world peace in a peaceful atmosphere and we are watching. Yes? It means that we are really gifted and we will make this world gifted because nature has given all the gift. So by aiming and visualizing for the world peace, we can contribute for the world peace. That is through our meditation. So let us all meditate for the world peace and achieve world peace. By this way, I will conclude my speech by thanking Professor Sangeeta for these clippings and also the organization for the opportunity, and to you all, be blessed by the divine. All come on.